Do you want to hear a story, a great story, an ancient story, when someone spoke truth to power? It happened about 2,000 years ago in the ancient city of Jerusalem. It's commonly referred to as the seven woes, found in Matthew 23:13 to 36. Hi, I'm Mark Leeming and welcome to my channel. In this video, the first in a series of 7, we're going to be looking at woe number 1. Now imagine you're on a ship in the middle of a raging sea and it begins to sink. So you and the other passengers, you rush to where the lifeboats are kept, but are met by the ship's security team who surround the lifeboats. Now these are big, burly men in uniforms, and their appearance is impeccable. There's not a crease in their uniforms, not a single hair out of place. Their belt buckles sparkle, their boots shine. But here's the thing, they're not letting anyone get into the lifeboats. Stranger still is that they themselves don't seem to be interested in getting into the lifeboats. They just stand there as a wall. They just seem to be more interested in their appearance and the power that they have over you and the other passengers. And no matter how much you plead, no matter how much the bow of the ship begins to rise out of the water, they just stand there refusing to let anyone in. And so when the ship sinks beneath the waves, it takes just not you and the other passengers, but the ship's security team as well. Okay, perhaps not the greatest story, but it was the only one I could think up. The religious elites, they were a lot like that ship's security team. They were supposed to be the guardians of God's truth. They were supposed to protect God's people, God's flock under their care, protect them from spiritual error. And yet they were only concerned with themselves and the outward trappings of religiosity. And so in Matthew 23:13, Jesus fires off the first of 7 salvos at them. He savagely rebukes them, these men, for not only refusing to seek the things of God for themselves, but also for preventing others from seeking them too. In fact, even before uttering his 7 woes, he was already very publicly criticizing these men, accusing them of only being concerned about themselves and their meticulous attention to their religious attire, how they loved to strut around in public like peacocks in their religious, very ornate robes, drawing attention to themselves. Look at me, see how righteous I am. These men, they were obsessed with the outward trappings of religiosity and had no desire whatsoever to seek an inner, genuine faith. And again, this cannot be stated enough, that it wasn't just that these men were refusing to seek the kingdom of God for themselves, but they were also preventing others. They were putting roadblocks in front of others from seeking the things of God as well. And that is why Christ was so brutally harsh with them. Brothers and sisters, whether you're a pastor of a church, a YouTube preacher, or a stay-at-home mom, are we, by our word and deeds, are we pointing others to the things of God? Or are we putting roadblocks in their way? Are we a hindrance? And if that's the case, then woe to us. Now, if you're watching this video several weeks into the future, then part 2 should be right there. But if not, it'll be a video that YouTube thinks would be just awesome for you. Thanks so much. And please subscribe, and I'll see you with the second woe.